welcome back to the Anchor Down Podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 15. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
Co-host, Benny Galley.
We're coming back after, it just went up to 8%. We're coming back after, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah, we've had our holiday break off from school, kind of off from sports a little, but, we're back. We're back in the swing of things, so it's
right. We're coming
fun.
Second week back to school, but first week back here.
Yep.
We've had obviously a lot of time go off. A lot of sports, events, games, meets, matches, all of that has happened in the past, 3 weeks. But yeah, it was good. We had that nice. Well, I guess you have the PSEO class. So you didn't totally see it, but we had the nice long winter break this year. I mean, it was a solid 2 weeks plus a couple days.
Yep.
That was really nice. Now we're getting back in. The end of the semester comes up here this Friday the 17th. It's the last day of the quarter in the semester.
We're halfway through.
Through the year. Make sure everyone's getting their work turned in, all your stuff done so you don't fail any classes. And then next Monday, we'll have the day off of school because it's the conference exchange day, so teachers will still be working, but we'll have the day off. Or no, it's just an in-service day, I think.
Or it's MLK Day, too.
It's an in-service. The teachers are still working.
Okay.
But students don't have to go to school. So yeah, it's just an in-service. But it kind of works out that it's also MLK, and then it's also like the presidential inauguration. A whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Upcoming here. Might be close to the day where TikTok gets banned.
Yeah, that's kind of been the talk of things, but yeah. I feel like they said that last year too.
They've said that since Trump was in office.
Right.
He was the first one that wanted to ban TikTok, and it hasn't gone through yet. So we'll see if it goes through now. But yeah. Anyways, getting into sports here right away. Jump right in. Start off with some basketball. Yeah. Girls basketball. They've had a bunch of games honestly since it's a few weeks back.
Okay.
They did win a game versus Hinckley.
They got one?
Yeah, they had like a Christmas holiday tournament on the 27th of December. They got a win against Hinckley. Other than that, though, it's been a rough season for them still. They've got a few upcoming games. They have a game tonight, the 14th. That's at Proctor. Game on Friday, the 17th. That's at home versus Grand Rapids. And then a game next Tuesday, the 21st, at home versus Hermantown. And they only have, after those three, they have just a few more games left.
I was going to say, those girls' sports kind of roll playoffs pretty quick. I know girls' basketball did start a little late.
Right, but so they
kind of roll into it.
I think basketball is usually getting into be the first stuff that kind of goes, because they have a longer, I feel like their sections or playoffs, I don't know, whatever you call them, end up being a little bit longer, just in kind of with hockey, I guess, because you have to wait a little. You can't have games back to back. You got to give them some time.
I mean, we tried that last weekend. It didn't work.
Right.
It's all right.
You cram everything in. You kind of have that this weekend too, don't you?
Yeah. We got Friday and then Monday, Tuesday. But
so the girls, they're just kind of trucking along through the season here. A few games, keep going. You got the boys basketball. They honestly, man, I think it's just really impressive the flip that they've had from last year,
or even the last couple of years. They're going right now.
They're sitting at a 7-4 record right now. The couple games, a game tonight at Northwoods, a game Thursday at Grand Rapids, and then a game next Tuesday versus Rockridge at home at Lincoln.
That should be a fun one.
Yeah, but just going from struggle city, baby,
kind of in the dark last year to now
to winning record.
Right.
That is.
And I've even heard from a couple of guys that they're seeded pretty well in their section too. I guess pre-seeded.
I've talked to some people who kind of heard things from the basketball kids about just how much. Well, and we heard it the one time we had Lucas and them on there.
How much has just changed.
Just how much better it feels, and they seem to be really good with the team side of things.
Right.
Basketball's a sport. You have to be
functioning
as a team, right?
Right.
You have to be able to be friendly with who you're playing with and be able to work your moves while they do theirs.
Yep.
So that's really good for them. Hopefully, these next few games they can get a few more wins.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
They're similar boat as the girls basketball with kind of working towards the end of the season here and getting in these last few games, and then section time comes around, hopefully get some wins in there as well. Hockey, you want to talk about hockey?
Even hockey's kind of rolling off too. I mean, we've got about 5 regular season games left, including Hockey Day Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming another week. I think it's the 25th, so everyone's kind of excited for that. We had our jersey reveal, so
I saw that.
If you didn't check, if you haven't seen those, they're on the boys hockey page Instagram.
Yeah.
So I mean, this Friday is a big section game. Hermantown, they're calling it like Friday Night Lights. Youth Hockey Hub kind of set this up, I think, last year. So I'm not really sure what special it means, but I know it's on their streaming page. So if you can't make that one, it's at 7 at the Memorial Building, but it will be streamed.
On YouTube. YouTube.
Right, yeah. Youth Hockey Hub YouTube. So, yeah, it should be a packed barn. I mean, really close teams. I mean, we've dropped a few games. They've dropped or tied a few games. So, yeah, all of our sections kind of up in the air with Cloquet kind of sitting in there, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they have the 3 rank. We got the 4 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they switch every week, but yeah.
This is going to be a good one. I'm so happy that I'm going to actually be able to be at that game.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's like one of the only hockey games I've been able to go to, but it's like the best one, I think.
And last Saturday, Grand Rapids, that place was just packed. Probably the most I've ever seen since maybe the Adam Johnson game last year. But, it was just packed. And, first period was pretty darn good in that game, too, but then we lost it in second and third, but...
Like you said, having all those games, having several games,
it wears you, but
still,
it's kind of what you have to do with, like, if you go to the state tournament. That's 3 games if you're winning. So
yeah, you got to be ready for it.
You'll play your quarterfinals on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday will be semifinal and final. So it's kind of
you think about that,
a one game and then a day break, but then you're going too hard, and they're not going to be easy games either.
No, those are going to be the hardest games too that you got to be able to play back to back.
Right. So
no, that's going to be really good though. That's at the Memorial Building this Friday the 17th. Then you guys have next Monday you play Marshall.
We'll travel to Marshall. That should be another good game. They've beat some quality opponents, but also have lost to some. So
and then next Tuesday, you guys go to I-Falls.
Yeah, that's another section game.
Should be a good section win right there.
Yeah.
Then next Saturday, right? That it's at Hockey Day, Minnesota. And they've been talking about it. They've got a fan bus that they're sending now.
Okay.
So the fan bus leaves like 4:30 a.m. on Saturday. Goes down there.
Yeah, because we play at 8 or 8:30. So it's.
Man, I'm honestly really upset because I totally would go to that.
Yeah, it's early.
But we've got a tournament Saturday in Rapids.
Okay.
Just can't miss the tournament.
Right.
I really do wish.
Yeah, it's going to be like a once in a lifetime experience, especially playing. I know when I was younger, I went to watch, and that was so fun. But
I'm sure. Do you think there's live streams, anything like that?
Yeah, it's right on TV.
It is.
Yeah, FanDuel. We're gonna have it on. So it's right on the big TV. So
still a lot of places to watch, even if you aren't able to go, because it's still something cool to watch. Even if you're not there,
all day. Every game is gonna be just awesome.
Right. But yeah. So that's really good. You guys, like you said, a few more games here, some section games for sure that you're getting in. Getting those wins will be important.
Right. And then I think in the following 2 weeks we'll go over to Cloquet and play them. I think then we'll have 2 more games regular season after that. Yeah. So then we're right in the playoffs. So it's coming.
Yep. For wrestling, we always kick it in, after the first of the year. We have over half of our events after halfway through the season, so we really start cramming stuff in. But we've had a few things the past couple weeks. We just got back from Elk River, which was an eventful trip.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, especially the trip back. But we had a few kids do decent. Like I took first there. I think Preston Dronson took second, third. I don't know. It was really weird. There was like a tie in his bracket because of the way kids beat each other.
Right, points-wise.
Yeah, it was just okay. So I don't know how it totally ended up there. And then the girls, they were in Bemidji. I believe, which was okay. A lot of those girls are all so new to it.
Right. Yeah, it's a new sport.
There's 2 of them that have been in it for the past couple years now.
Yeah.
But all the other 4 of them are brand new to it.
Right.
But a couple of them are doing surprisingly well for how little time they have. I'm kind of impressed. Some of them.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Some of them have wrestled in some varsity matches, boys varsity matches against duels when we've needed them. It's those girls have got some serious dedication there and some toughness. They're not afraid to go at it. And then now this week we have our a home event. It's kind of our biggest one of the year. It's our senior night as well, parent senior night. At the high school, I think it's 4 o'clock Thursday. It's right after school.
Okay.
And it's Grand Rapids, Peters, and Cloquet, I believe, which are all section teams.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be a lot of good matches for everyone, not just as a team, but the individual matchups or individual sections. There'll be some good matches there. Hopefully, kids will get. And then this weekend they're going to Thief River Falls for a pretty big tournament. It's a cool one. The girls wrestle Friday, boys wrestle Saturday, and they stay the night Friday night, Saturday night.
Okay. Do they do that in the hockey rink?
Yes.
That's because I remember one time we were playing there, and they had basketball set up one day, and then the next day it was filled with wrestling matches.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so they have that.
The mini Ralph.
They call it the mini Ralph.
Yeah, that place is beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, super cool. We went there last year for the first time, and I've personally already had the experience of wrestling at the X, which is unlike
second
anything
to none.
else.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to compete.
Right.
But man,
this place is pretty cool.
The mini Ralph is pretty legit. It is still that atmosphere of being on the floor of a stadium.
Yeah.
And it's a big tournament. There's a lot of teams there, so you get a bunch of good matches.
Yeah, that should be really fun.
And so that'll be really cool there. I won't be there. Have some other stuff, but we also stay. They have the water park, hotel, casino thingy that is there, and so they stay there for the 2 nights. So Saturday night after wrestling, everyone can kind of go enjoy the water park and just hang out, a little bit of a relaxation.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which is cool. And then next weekend we'll be in Grand Rapids, like I said, which is a lot of more section teams. We have a lot like everyone, I think. Towards the end of the year, you really start getting those section
kind of see where you're at,
placing, stuff like that.
Kind of can go off that for seeding too,
right?
Coach's decision still, but beating a team helps them get ranked over them.
No kidding. And for us individually, it's super important to get those wins in, because you get a match and you win and you get seated higher. It helps. So we're kind of moving through here. Our sections is the 21st of February. So we're just over a month away from the end of our season. Trying to keep pushing through it. Now we got boys swimming. Boys swimming, they don't have another meet. They had a meet on the 11th, and they don't have another one until the 23rd.
That's long.
We've got a long break going on right now.
Yeah.
The 23rd, though, they'll have a home meet. It'll be, looks like just a duel versus Superior.
Okay.
The boys, they're doing all right this year. I think we've talked about it, I think they've lost some numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. I know they graduated a few there, so
right. They have some younger kids, like John Lund and Wiley Stenson, who they're pretty solid for sure.
Right.
And they're definitely looking to. I'm not sure exactly where they're looking at right now for sections wise. How they're gonna be figuring that out. But individually, of course, like always, I'm sure they're looking to send a couple kids.
Right, to state.
A couple kids there to state.
Yep.
Girls hockey, have you know much about the girls hockey going on?
Yeah, I've watched a couple games kind of when they're home, before practice. But yeah, it's another team where they're a little young. I mean, I think they got 4 or 5 seniors, so
yeah.
I mean, they're struggling, but you never know. Once
they picked up a few wins this year.
Yeah, but one section hits, everyone's 0-0, so I can.
Right.
I mean, even if you get to the AMSOIL to play, semifinal game, that's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they're really pushing in because I think they end first. I'm pretty sure they're the sport. They end their season before
I mean,
any
their
other
playoffs
team.
might be even like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
because they have a game tonight at Cloquet, a game Thursday versus Fort Francis, which that's kind of cool. Canada team coming down here.
Yeah.
They'll play. There's no JV game I saw, but it's just the varsity will play Fort Francis, and then this Saturday they're playing Hayward. It says Hayward Co-op. I'm sure it's just like that whole area.
Yeah.
That's at home, and then next Tuesday, the 21st, they play North Shore, which is also at home. So they've got 4 games in a week span.
Yeah. So I mean, that means
That is
I'm gonna
impressive.
guess their playoffs are coming like quick.
Yep. Yeah. They only after those 4, I'm sure just a couple more games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said there. Comes into the end of the season and it is 0-0 for
kind of everyone's game. I mean, even like last year, we kind of gave Greenway, a pretty good pumping regular season, and then when it comes to playoffs, it was only like 3-0.
Yeah, you pick
so
it up.
It's such a different game. Like playoff hockey, no matter what level, is so different.
I think that
Everyone's
goes for every sport.
Right? Yeah, everyone's just kind of
look at the Vikings. It goes for football, obviously.
Yep, but they weren't fighting for their lives like everyone else. So yeah.
To be fair, the Vikings were 14-0 against the entire NFL, but they were 0-4 against the Rams and the Lions.
Yeah.
So maybe we just know that those are their weak points.
I don't know. There's tough franchise.
Yeah. I'm not a crazy fan at all.
I'll watch them.
I support them because of Minnesota, but I don't totally have a dog in the fight that much. But I know many people and family members that are very much so Vikings fans.
Yeah.
And boy, the anger that came out last night, the anger and the frustration of that loss, that's tough.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah.
Make next year.
Move on. See how that goes. Darnold, see if he gets any money.
Yeah. Or
maybe not.
Even a jersey.
Yeah. Who knows? And they got McCarthy hopefully coming back next year. Good and something. Yeah. And then lastly, you have skiing, alpine skiing, and they've had a few meets, and now they pick it up right now. Obviously, this is like prime time for skiing, winter weather, especially right now. Heck, it's been snowing a bit.
Right, got a little bit of snow.
And freezing cold.
Yeah.
I woke up yesterday and the real fuel was like -30. Oh,
yeah, it was cold.
Jumped out of my pants right there. It was crazy. So they skiing today. They're at Spirit Mountain. Down in Duluth.
Okay.
And then this Saturday they're at not Rockridge. They're at Giants Ridge. Although I do think it's a tournament or a meet hosted by Rockridge.
Yeah, that's kind of everyone's kind of host there.
Hibbing, Rockridge, and I don't know, maybe like some other teams, Mesabi East, if they have a team, they all host at Giants Ridge, obviously. But the Duluth teams will host at Spirit
Maybe we
Mountain.
could host at top of the world here.
Ski down the hill. Heck yeah. And then next Monday, the 20th, they're at Mont du Lac. So they've got a few events coming in right now. The girls, they're doing all right this year. I'm not sure what their numbers are exactly. How many people they have.
I don't think they were really the highest from the picture I saw. I think there's quite a few more boys than girls.
But then the boys, they have. I don't even know that I know too many of the boys that are in skiing anymore.
No, Jake Wally, Ethan Hess.
Yeah, sure enough.
I think a couple of them kids, yeah.
So yeah, they've got, I think after those 3, a couple more meets, and then they'll get into their section time, which their sections, all that happens at Giants Ridge, which I think is, I think
their state happens there too.
I think so too. It's maybe not like the biggest advantage, but I think it kind of helps.
Yeah, kind of skiing in the same place.
You get to practice there.
Yeah.
And you get to have a lot of meets there.
Yeah, because I was talking to whoever was on here. I don't really remember who, but I was asking them, you think it's an advantage, practicing on the same hill? And I think they said it kind of was because the course is kind of always the same.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
And the snow condition is kind of always the same because they're making the same snow. And it's definitely an advantage.
Kind of something. Man, I'm looking to go. I want to go next weekend or something. Maybe go skiing there.
Yeah, it's always fun.
I haven't been skiing in 2 years, maybe, but it's so fun.
Right? Hitting the trails and terrain park, and just having fun out there.
It's a good time.
It's always fun. Yeah.
Our going out. I really would love to go to the mountains,
Right.
like some mountain skiing, man. You see that stuff, it's a whole nother world. Like I can't imagine what skiing, like high school skiing, is like somewhere in Colorado.
Oh
or,
yeah,
out
I'm
there.
sure.
I mean, it's got to be so different.
Yeah.
We're skiing on hills, literal just
Right. Yeah,
bumps.
the Laurentian
Just-
Divide.
just bumps, the hills. They have
They
full
get-
blown
Right,
mountains.
10,000 feet in the air. You got to wear an oxygen mask coming
dude,
down.
what? That'd be sick for
Yeah,
high
it's different
school.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much everyone for sports. Of course, we're getting in. We are, I think everyone is definitely over halfway or just at halfway done with their seasons. So hopefully everyone can keep pushing through. It does get a little bit long right now, just with winter.
Kinda. Yeah, it's cold. I mean.
Yeah. I have noticed, though, that it's starting to get lighter out already.
Yeah, I have that too, even in the mornings.
Yeah, we've already hit that peak of just darkness so much, and we're getting a little bit lighter. After practice, 5 o'clock comes around, and then there's still a little bit of light outside. Yeah, so good luck to everybody in their sports here. Keep it up. Try and get some more wins, and stay on top of school, of course, for every kid.
Stay
That's a
healthy
big
too.
thing.
I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, just a few guys off a team.
Sicknesses,
That can. I mean, it's big. You need everyone. So,
Yeah. Other than that, though, you got the Vikings, as we mentioned earlier, who dropped the ball a little bit.
Yeah, they dropped it.
That was a tough one.
Not as bad as Stafford.
Yeah. That little flick, calling it incomplete.
You got the Wild. The Wild are doing still solid. They're holding their own, man.
Second in the division, a couple points behind the Jets. So.
Yep, they're 27-13-4 right now.
Yeah. I mean, they dropped one to Vegas, but I mean, it's hard going into Vegas. I mean, Sin City. So, yeah.
Then the T-Wolves, they're kind of climbing up a little bit. I think they're like the 8th right now in the Western, which they're sitting at 21-18, so above 500, but barely. And then we got last thing would be Jacket Jamboree. That's coming up.
Fun week.
Yeah, starts on Friday, this Friday, the 17th, and then it'll go through the following Friday. Just a little bit different because we don't have school Monday, and this week probably works out the best, or that week works out the best for like home sports, I'm sure. So there'll be the dress-up days, which, oh boy, I'm going to forget them now. The first one this Friday is USA themed. The second one, I believe, is like comfy day, like airplane, like airport day or whatever, like comfy clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have tacky tourist day. And then there's something else, and then you have shoot, don't yell at me. Then you have the back coming home day or whatever, blue jacket.
It's kind of Spirit Day.
Yeah, and then they're doing the voting today through tomorrow morning for the candidates. We'll see if I'm allowed on this time.
Yeah,
we'll see if there's
is that seniors only?
Yeah, seniors.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see if there's anyone who doesn't make the ballot again. Or for the first time.
Right. Yeah. That was an interesting week.
Sure was. So all that coming up. Not really much else going on right now. Just the winter. Make sure everyone is staying warm. It's cold out. You're gonna get sick potentially. So stay warm, hydrated, all of that. But other than that, I think we're pretty much wrapping it up here today. So we will see you guys next week on Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.